welcome back, my beautiful Jade. Today is the final part of the series called Woman to Woman that was hosted by the lovely lady Deevinedeezine. Now, if you guys follow us, you will know that this is a 3-part series and this is part 3. So if you want to see what we were talking about, because I don't want to jump into all that, I will post both links, part 1 and part 2, in my description box below if you want to go and see those videos first so you can understand what this collaboration was about. So, like always, 3 questions. So, I also want to say thank you to all the beautiful ladies that collaborated with Miss Deevinedeezine and passed by my videos and watched it and left me their comments and their thoughts. Thank you very much. And thank you for sharing your stories. They were amazing. And looking forward to do more collaboration with you guys. Being that said, let's just jump into the question. Okay, guys. So the first question was, do you feel you have overcome insecurity issues? Yes, I think I have learned to overcome my insecurities. And I think to the extent that I'm going to say 90% I have improved. It says, in what ways do you feel more confident? I feel more confident if loving myself and taking care of myself and allowing myself to give the best it can and understanding that this is how much you can give. The next question is, how did you overcome these issues in order to be more confident? Well, I think that the only way that I was able to overcome this issue was to place myself in the hands of God. Place myself around people that were positive next to me and that always have good criticism instead of bad criticism to give me. I think I have overcome it because I have learned to believe that I am who I am. I am who I am today because 1, God has allowed me to, and 2, because I have worked and struggled with myself to make the best of me. And there is no more that I can give but what I can give at the moment. So I have learned not to push myself to give more than I'm allowed to, that I know that I can give. So if the next person thinks or expects more from me, I'm sorry, this is what I can give, and if you need more, then that person needs to move on. But I am not going to stop and say, oh, I have to do this because I need her to understand and love me for who I am. No, I learned to love myself whether others don't love me. I have learned to teach myself that it's okay that other people might not have your same mentality, your same thoughts, your same ideas, your same kind of way of living. It is okay because everybody else have different opinions and they might not be like this, like yours. They're going to be different, and some of them you're going to agree with, some of them you're going to take them and put them into ideas and into work, and some of them you're just going to be like, what? Are you kidding me? But that's what it is. And I have learned and to teach myself that it is what it is. And if I needed to make it better, I need to make it better for me. Sorry guys, that's a studio light. If I needed to make it better, I need to make it better for me, not for the next person. And then the only person I actually make everything better so it can work better for is my children, and it's my family, and it's my home. That's what I have learned. That as long as my husband, my kids love me for who I am and respect me for who I am and listen to my ideas and help me put them into task or guide me to the right direction so they can be better, that's the persons or the persons that I have to work hard in order to give the best of me. Other than that, the world out there has its own mind, its own thoughts, its own religions, is their own belief, and it is what it is. I just gotta learn to realize that every person has a different character, and some you lose, Some you win, some will go, some will stay, and that's just the way it is. But if you stayed in my life, you have to learn to love me for who I am. And if you cannot do that, then you're not part of my circle. That's why I have learned, or how I learned to overcome these issues in my life. Now, the next question, and how to become confident, I'm sorry. And it says the last question was, even though you have overcome, or there's days you still struggle? If so, how do you handle it when insecurities try to resurface? Well, even though I feel confident with myself these days, yes, there are days that I have to struggle with my insecurities, because there's still, like I said, there's still people that constantly in your face trying to remind you what is wrong or trying to put you down. And you have to struggle with yourself and say, no, I'm not going to feed into this. So sometimes you are weak, and sometimes you do, unfortunately, feed into this negativity, and you find yourself with this struggle of depression, of feeling sad, or feeling like you don't want to live no more. And how do I handle it when these things want to surface? I go to the Bible. I'm so sorry if I'm not trying to make this video religious, but I go to the Bible, I go to God, and I pray, and I ask Him for strength, and I ask Him to guide me, and I ask Him to take away out of my life what needs to be moved. Because like I said, sometimes we want to be surrounded with so many people, but there's so many people that you don't need in your life, unfortunately, because they are so negative. And you don't need negativity in your life, because if you have people that are constantly negative, telling you what's wrong with you, or if they see, for example, they see that you have a boogie, sorry guys, a boogie in your nose, okay, tell me clean it up. Don't make a big issue out of it and make me feel like I'm a pig, like, you know, if you understand what I'm saying. You don't need those type of people. You need people that tell you, listen, ma, pull you to the side and say, here, it's a napkin, can you clean your nose because you're a little bit dirty? And yeah, move on. You know, if you fell and you made a wrong decision and you fell and now you're struggling, you need that person to be next to you and say, you know what, ma, I see you that you're struggling. Do you need a hand? Can I help you? You don't need that person reminding you, oh, well, if you would have done this, maybe you wouldn't gone through this. Like, you always want to do, you don't need that negativity. You need people to help you to move on. You need people to guide you to move on, or you need people to be positive in your life and just either just listen and be quiet. And if they are listening, they need to speak, then they need to speak positively. And that's what I have done. I have surrounded myself with people that are very positive in my life, and I thank God for that. And when I find myself, the old insecurities wants to pop out and I want to fall into that depression mode, or I want to fall into that sadness mode, I remember all the positive and how hard I have worked to be where I am today. So that's what I have to share with you guys. I know that each and one of you guys probably struggle with something in your life, but you cannot let that get into you. You cannot fit into that, because it's only going to bring you down. And if you have people around you that are putting you more down than you already are, you don't need those people in your life. You know, it's sometimes I have learned in my life that sometimes it's you gain more by losing than by gaining more, because sometimes you want to gain and you don't understand that everything that you're gaining because you want to keep it there is actually hurting. Sometimes it's better to let go, take things out. This don't belong here, this don't belong. Kind of like what they call purge. You need to purge your life. You need to say, it doesn't matter who they are, what relationship do they have with you. You need to purge your life. You need to say, this person is constantly being negative to me, that I cannot move on, and it puts me in that depression mode. And if you're in that depression mode, you need to say, this person always making me go more deeper into my depression stage than what I need to be, because it's constantly reminding me why I'm in this stage right now, instead of helping me to move on. That person needs to move on. You need to purge it out of your life. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna make decisions that are gonna hurt you, but at the end are the best decision for you. So that's what I have taught myself in order to overcome my insecurities, in order to feel confident with myself, in order to be able to move on and be the woman that I am today. I had to make a lot of sacrifices, and a lot of sacrifices had to be emotional, physical, financial. It had to be anything that was either negative in my life, or it was causing me to remind myself of something that was negative at the moment with me. I needed to remove it, and that's what I did. So I mean, I think the best person to help you to guide your life is God, and I'm glad I found God at the right moment. And and it changed. I mean, I'm not perfect. I still struggle, like the question says. I still struggle. There are days that I don't want to get up and go to work because I had a situation the day before in which I don't want to go because I don't want to see that person. But at the end of the day, do I need this person to take control over my life and have me in a depression mode because of something that he or she said that remind me of what I have negative on me? I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. So we all going to commit mistakes. We all going to be looking different. We all are going to have different thoughts. So I think that was the first and most efficient thing that I had to teach myself. And it was to learn that everybody has a character, everybody has opinion, everybody has his own belief, everybody was one individual person, and not all of us had the same mind. So when you start thinking like that, you start seeing the true colors of everybody and start saying, okay, I understand why this person's like this. I'm not gonna let me fit into that. I'm already depressed. I don't need that in my life. And you start thinking positive, start thinking things, when you get into depression, you start thinking positively in your life, the things that you have done to overcome stuff, and look for God. And at the end of the day, you're going to feel much better. So that is my ending of, this 3-part series. I want to give thanks to all the lovely ladies that participated with Ms. Deevinedeezine, and also Ms. Deevinedeezine. She is wonderful. I thank her a lot for allowing me to share with you a little bit about my life so you could get to know us a little bit more. And I appreciate her for that, and I give her a lot of thanks for that. So until my next collaboration and my next video, I see you guys. Have a good one.